Hello, I'm Tato Cat and welcome to my channel. Today we're playing the letter. Previously, let's see. We have Ash and everybody finally got together with the exception of Zach because he's in jail and or dead. And talked about what to do with the ghost. And then we just kind of sat around and chatted and talked about what we're going to do. And then we hear this noise coming from the closet, and Ashton's like, let's go check that out. I have a gun, it's okay. And that's pretty much where we left off. Alright, let's continue. In 2 deep breaths, I crossed the room and stood in front of the closet. Whatever's inside has yet to stop thrashing. Instead, it has now moved to banging at the door louder and louder the longer I dally. Another shallow breath. A glance at my companions. A nod. Something creaks. Then, in the next moment, I'm grasping at the handles and swinging the doors wide open to reveal nothing. Right away, I part the clothes hanging on it, and still, none. I thought it was going to end up being like a raccoon or something like that. No ghost. No woman. Not a single trace of whoever's inside. Confusion. Confused. 'Tis confusion. Confused. I glanced back towards Rebecca and Isabella, only to see them mirroring the same expression on my face. The noise has finally stopped, but I'm quite sure it isn't my imagination. Or maybe it is, and I'm just too strung up that my head's now making things up. Whatever the case is, we need to get out of here as soon as possible. This only confirms we aren't safe anywhere. Without bothering to close it, I move back, ready to leave. Adrenaline now coursing through every vein in my body. In the next second, I'm barking orders and...
We should go. You two, we need to...
I'm sent sprawling on my back. Something cold catches my ankle and yanks. Yeah, it'd be too easy if she was in the closet. She was probably hiding under the bed. The resulting fall knocks the wind out of me. Pain racks my whole spine and the back of my head as it collides against the floor with force, enough to dislodge my own brain from my skull. A moment lasts before stars fade from my vision, and then I sense it. Old tendrils twisting around my ankles. The smell of vile rot. Rot? Got a little British there, didn't I? Rot assaulting my nose. Nauseating, sickening. A foul smell draining every feeling in my body. The moment her horrid laughter, still as unpleasant and vicious as the last time I've heard it, reaches my ears, my eyes snap open. Oh my. That can't be good. Are our friends gonna come and grab our arms away from her? Perhaps it's just an experience. Or maybe my mind's still attempting to turn the volume down. Or maybe my mind's still attempting to comprehend this. Regardless, the minute my eyes land on her, the whole of my body freezes. The gun in my hand turns useless as my grip slackens. It's in the manner her gaze bores on me, I'll say. The look of utter hatred and malice. I've seen it loads of times from suspects, mostly murderers, who never regretted their actions despite being caught. And this is the face of someone you can no longer reason with. And I know the moment she laughs again and starts dragging me towards her, it's already going to be the...
Ashton! Snap out of it!
No. I can't die here. Not yet. The haze fades from my mind. An instinct kicks in. Then and there.
Everyone out! Get out! Get out of here!
With one powerful tug, I yank my foot out of her grip and scramble back to my feet, ignoring the piercing walls she fills the room with. Wails. That makes more sense. Ignoring the piercing walls. Wails is a lot more reasonable there. Within the span of a second, I'm gunning for the door, grabbing the wrist of the first person my hand can reach, and leading the two of them out. Into the hallway, down the flight of steps, and right inside my car. I waste no time flooring on the gas pedal the second the last person closes the door behind them. In a short while, I'm driving us out of Solemn Well. I don't even entertain the thought of winding down just yet, even as the last of the woman's painful cries fade into the night. Journal update timeline October 30th. Okay. October 31st. We made it to the 31st. Woot woot. Okay. Da-da-da. New. There it is. With the help of his remaining friends, Ashton tried to find a way to free themselves of the curse. Piecing together what they currently know, to no avail, exhausted, he excused himself for some fresh air, but not before ruckus coming from Isabella's closet broke the silence of the room. A dreary downpour starts off the Monday. Although it doesn't last more than an hour, the dark clouds lift just after the sun peeks over the horizon. Brief as it is, the rain has significantly dampened the park's usual cheery vibe. It looks the same to me. Mornings like this often mark the start of another bad week. An arrest gone wrong, another investigation leading to a dead end, or some truly fucked up shit being called in. Like that one time I was dispatched to the scene where a guy gouged his own eyeballs out and almost ate it. Was a few chews away from swallowing it. In fact, lost my dinner that day.
Fun times.
Indeed. Of course, I doubt anything can top getting cursed by a damn chain letter of all things. This is the sort of stupid thing people pass along as a prank through emails and text messages, for fuck's sake. ghost chasing after you just puts the icing on that cake. So far, all we've done is run, snoop about, read stuff, and run again. It frustrates me to no end how we're still no closer to an answer. Even my car reflects the state of my mind is in. Photocopies of documents litter every available surface, scattered all over the place, spilling from the passenger side and into the back seat, making an entire mess of a little space there is. Not that I'm any better. My last shower was 24 hours ago. I haven't slept at all. And my last meal was that chocolate porridge thing Isabella offered. The way I am now, I'll definitely get a scolding. Rebecca will definitely give me an earful and tell me to take care of myself better. Say that I'm killing myself on the job. Story update. Lots of story updates happening. I can already hear Isabella's complaining how dark the bags under my eyes are getting and about how I reek and how I need to shower pronto.
I can rest easy when this is all over.
It's not that I can't feel the pain of hunger with that woman's chasing after you. It's difficult not to feel anything other than horror. The rush of adrenaline coursing through my veins in my desperation to survive. In fact, I can still sense the ghost of her touch from last night. Her bony digits bound tightly around my ankle, and that horrid smile that she has on her as she pulls me closer. The memories enough to send shivers up my spine and make me antsy. Perhaps the only thing comforting about this is the sight of my gun nearby. The gun that has been useless to us so far, Ash. From my dashboard, sunlight glints off Ophelia's surface. Normally, I keep it hidden in a compartment. Lexborn police regulations only allows authorized people to carry firearms, and even those are limited. I do have that authorization, but I never really saw the need for its use when the standard issue tasers are more than good enough to incapacitate anyone. If not, I can always throw them on their back. Those judo lessons Dad forced me to get as a kid has its uses too. On a ghost, though, all those will probably yield the same result. They're all useless. I might as well use a stick. However, it's the feeling of ease I'm after, or what little of it I can gather from it. The awareness that I, at least, have something to protect myself with in case things go wrong. That I can still protect the people who are still depending on me, despite the missteps I've taken. It doesn't take the edge off, though. The feeling that your whole body has been strained far beyond its capacity. Frankly, I'm already running out of steam. The only thing pushing me right now is knowing someone's still depending on me. A stretch is still in order, though. I've been sitting here since last night. Soon, I step out from my car, closing it behind me with a thud as I take in my surroundings. The rain did wonders. The morning air feels crisper and cooler than it has ever been in days. For once, the weather seems to taking a turn from normal. Lexborn normal. In the distance, beyond the buildings, lining the horizon. Dark clouds are blowing in.
A storm might be due this evening, give or take.
A shame for the people looking forward to Halloween tonight. I'm just not sure whether this is something I can look forward to as well. Still, I bask in the change it brings. Inhale, exhale, breathing in, taking in the peace as if it'll be my last. As with all the good things, the quiet shortly comes to an end. Not necessarily a bad end. The chatter reaches my ears first, halting my movements. Sure enough, when I glance up, I find them, Rebecca and Isabella, just as they've entered the park grounds, bags of convenience store food in hand. After last night's flight from Salamwell, we've elected to stay the night here, unsure if our own homes will still be safe. Normally, we'd all be adverse to the idea of spending the night outside like this, but panic and distress has tainted that decision. It's not like any of us has gotten an ounce of sleep anyway. On the off chance one of us did, it only lasted about a second, or it's a fitful one. But looking at them right now, from afar, it's easy to mistake them for just a group of friends on a day out. Isabella's gesturing wildly with her arms as she talks, something funny or amusing, probably because it's soon followed by Rebecca's giggles. Their voices fill the atmosphere with light air, temporarily easing off the disheartening mood. It's easy to pretend we're not knee-deep in a life and death situation the way they're acting now. Easy to forget one of us is being framed for a crime he likely didn't commit. If anything, it's only their appearance that betrays that mask. Slightly disheveled, bags under their eyes, an exhausted curve in their shoulders, and dragging footsteps. But the closer they get, the more obvious these signs are to the naked eye. Rebecca passes an energy drink my way, in the moment the distance allows it. Isabella hands me the other bag she's holding before seating herself on the edge of the fountain. Energy! Sheep! Energy sheep. Okay. The scent of warm food immediately wafts from the bag when I open it, carried further by a passing breeze. Whatever sweet sauce they drizzled over this pork wannabe, it smells heavenly. Hell, even the sorry-looking vegetables seem appetizing. Despite myself, without even checking exactly what this is, hunger swiftly takes over, and takes over every rational thought. I dig in without waiting for them to start. Both of them appear to be of the same mind, too. Soon enough, they also start with theirs. No casual talk while we fill our empty stomachs. Exhausted as we all are, food is something we can't forego. Starvation dulls the thinking, weakens the body. If we are to survive this, we're going to have to take care of ourselves first. It's one thing Zach will likely remind me if he's here. In a matter of minutes, we're done, dumping the empty cartons on the nearby waste bin. Along with it is a shift in the mood. back to dismal, back to the problem at hand. And the fact that they still have no idea what's going on. The comfortable atmosphere from minutes ago was nice while it lasted, admittedly. I've missed these kinds of moments between us. We never had the chance, always busy on some project or work. The things we've taken for granted, now we're realizing how valuable they are. With one of us gone, stuck in a jail cell, the world has an awful sense of humor. Well, the one we've just had is short-lived. It's another thing I want to look forward to. If we ever free ourselves from this damn curse. I like to believe there's a way. For now, we have to focus back on the present. This. Dead people. The letter. The curse. It's not simple to bring these up, but necessary.
What now? Where do we go from here?
It's not a question directed at anyone in particular, but they all look to me as if my base has all the answers in the world. I used to think so, back when I was at the top of my game, and I'm still sure of everything. Now, there's just uncertainty, sullying whatever decision I came up with. At some point, logic has simply stopped working here, and we've started grasping at straws. Along with exhaustion, fatigue, and stress, we've enough kindling to get a fire burning. Okay, yes, let's just have this meeting in the park with lots of random people kind of walking around us. The not so pleasant kind of fire.
Well, first, we can't just stay here. That much is obvious.
Well, yeah.
But we can't just keep running like this either, Becca. Sooner or later, she'll...
Okay, so this is not
As
helpful.
if we have a choice. We can't even go back to our own homes because that thing might get us. No, we're safe. But dying is the last thing I want to do right now, Isabella.
This is not at all useful.
Not
ladies.
to a stupid chain letter you were too gullible to pick up, bring with you, and show to everyone.
Okay. She didn't mean to show it to everybody.
I didn't do it on purpose. Becca, had I known, I wouldn't have...
You two. Now's not really the time to be shouting at each other. I'm already getting a headache, so if you guys could calm down, that'd be really great.
Well, isn't that rich coming from you? Whose side are you on, Ash?
Oh no, are we really gonna have to choose a side?
Why does anyone have to pick a side?
Like, both sides are dumb right now, just saying. Because it's not helpful. Clearly, we're going to have to do a combination of running around and sitting still so we can actually get shit done. So, staying at one end of the spectrum doesn't really work.
You're a rational person, Becca. You know we can't just say it's her fault. She did warn us not to open it, and I...
That doesn't exempt her from any blame. She's still largely responsible for it.
I still don't like Becca.
And you're not?
I should smote her with my smote book.
I didn't say that! Do you really think I don't blame myself for this as well?
I tried to warn all of you. None of you listened. Now you're blaming me for something I kept telling you guys since day one? You're just as responsible for this as I am.
So now, you're throwing it back at us. We wouldn't even be having this problem if you're...
Cut this out, okay? This isn't the time to have some dumb argument!
If you don't want to get caught in it, then stay out of this, Ash.
Oh, she's so infuriating.
Oh no, Ash. Don't stop her. Let her say it. I'm sure she has plenty more to say. If I didn't know any better, she's already.
Already what? You want me to say it? Out loud? That I find you in this whole thing?
All right, that's enough! Both of you, stop this!
They both falter to silence at my words. An awkward, stifling mood descends between the three of us. I do not mean to shout, to snap at them, to add to that kindling. Not in a moment, when anytime, anywhere, she might get to one of us. We're all in the same boat, and here we are, playing the blame game. Little by little, we're falling apart, caving into the pressure, to the bleak situation we're trapped in. Did that ghost mean for this to happen? To divide each of us so she can pick us off one by one right after? Who knows? Anything's possible now, if her kind can exist. With the fire burning between us, rising as high as it does now, I'm afraid, deathfully afraid, that the possibility might come sooner than I can figure all of this out. Fuck. I still can't think straight. I can't even believe the next words coming out of my own mouth. That out of everyone, I have to be the one saying these to them. This is more their forte than mine, keeping the peace, placating everyone, while unintentionally aggravating people with badly chosen words. Funny how fast the tables have been turned after just one unfortunate incident. How am I even supposed to cope?
If we all want to get out of this mess in one piece, we're gonna have to cool our heads first.
Journal updated. Before my own temper flares, I walk away and slide back in my car. Oh, I think I'm gonna split up while we're in the car. Okay. October 31st. There we go. After spending the night at the local park, Ashton and his friends try to figure out what their next step will be. However, coupled with fatigue and stress, the conversation quickly went downhill. Frustrated, Ashton walked out, suggesting they need to cool their heads first. They're going to separate, and they're going to be really frustrated, or it's going to be like Luke, right? If the door slams with more force than needed, I like to blame it on the pent-up anger boiling up in me. I'm not even sure what or who I am angry at. The ghost? At them? Or maybe myself for being this useless? Because despite none of them saying it, I know, god damn it, they're still counting on me. In spite of my failures, or every harsh word I've uttered, or how unbearable I can be as a friend. It's there when the tension after the argument finally breaks, and one by one they follow me and get into the car. Thank goodness. That's a lot of pressure on a person. Because apparently they can't figure things out or handle it. So poor Ash has to deal with all the stuff. It's in concerned glances they shoot my way when I start the engine without a word and drive off. It's in their silence, a heavy gift, their unwavering trust. Yet, It's one I'm more than willing to carry, even through my own exhaustion, if only to keep them safe. In this city of 68,000 strangers, they're the only ones I have left. Though, in all seriousness, a good rest is still our best bet for now. Thinking with an exhausted brain is almost as good as running around in circles. We might as well just throw ourselves at the ghost and be done with this. The local Irish pub may not be the best place to hang around when one hasn't slept a wink, or you're stressed. More often than not, it's loud. Sometimes the music played by drunkards grates the ears and the whole place smells like piss on a bad day. All in all, it's very definition of the last place I'll hang around after a wakeful night out. It's safe. Or as safe as it can be, with G's security watching the place. Makes it easy to find help in case you find yourself in a tight spot. Alright, we'll end this episode here. We'll see where this whole bar thing goes in the next episode. I'm Tato Cat. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon.